Hello everyone, my name is Eric. You're welcome to another episode. In today's episode, I'm going to discuss with you about rice harvesting, challenge and the smart solution. Believe me, majority of smallholder farmers are still harvesting the rice manually. Yes, today I will take you to the journey to see how rice is traditionally harvested step by step. This year, rice farmers across all the region have faced one of the toughest seasons in the recent memory. From the dread rain to the pest pressure, yield have dropped sharply and harvest is very raw. In this episode, we'll see also another segment of the agronomic observation from the field visit. Field visit reveal many mixed challenges, from the poor germination, low tillers, nutrient deficiency, especially in the rain-fed areas. Many smallholder farmers report harvesting only a few tons per acre. That is very below average. This year, many rice growers could meet expectation, not just for commercial, even for home consumption. So, also we will see the side of the market. The impact is clear at the market. With a few bags coming in, rice prices have nearly doubled compared to the previous season. While this may benefit a few sellers, most of farmers are struggling to meet the demand. Even not just like for commercial, even just to feed their own families. So in every challenge, there is a solution. In this episode, we'll have opportunity to discuss with you about the smart solution. There is this new technology called rice ratooning, which means from the same field of rice like this one, you can, after harvesting, you can also harvest again without replanting. Yes, this is a smart, low-cost solution already being adopted by some farmers. In this episode, we'll get opportunity to see that. Ratooning uses the leftover stubble from the first harvest. With the proper water and the nutrient, new tiller will grow back, which means the farm can be ready to be harvested only after 2 months. It is the fastest, cheaper, and a great way to compensate the low yield in the main season without replanting. Imagine, guys, harvesting on the same field again without replanting. In this challenging time, innovation matters. That's why ratooning offers hope, turning one of tough season into the 2 harvest. Yeah, ratooning, which means harvest more and then spend less. Let's move to other segment of a field visit. This is the field visit where we are going to see the different mixed challenge. And we have here, there is traditional rice, which is mbawambiri. This mbawambiri is a long grain rice and it takes much time to grow. And the other side here, this is Saro 5. Saro 5 is the improved open pollinated variety. It takes much shorter time to grow and it gives high yield compared to the traditional varieties. In this episode, we are seeing these farmers. This farmer location are here in Bariad, in the area called Nkuli. We have this agriculture extension with the farm owner here. We are just seeing the difference. So you can see the challenge, like poor germination. You can see with this variety, Bawambiri, you can see even some gaps. So this is a traditional one. It was a very long grain, very good aroma, but the yield is poor because this seed, they are still facing this problem of like low tillers number when you compare with the improved varieties like this 05. So there is a gap here for the breeders. If they can improve these varieties with very good aromas and improve the number of tillers, surely this will help most of farmers. As you can see, this farmer here in Bariat with the 05, you can see there is many numbers of tiller compared to the traditional varieties. That's why we are encouraging farmers to adopt these improved varieties for high yield. So this is the observation that we observed in farmers' fields. This year, as I mentioned earlier, this year rice production was very low. Many farmers, they didn't meet the expectation. So let's move to the very important segment, rice harvesting. Rice harvesting is very important segment because I promised that from the previous episode of rice farming that I will be giving the video on how rice is harvested. So rice, it all started with reaping. Farmers use simple tools like sickles to carefully cut the mature rice stalk by hand. This method preserves the integrity of the plant and allow precise selection of the ripe panicles. Reaping is usually done early in the morning to avoid scorching the sun. It requires patience, rhythm, and teamwork. Once rice is harvested, it is left to a day to dry, like you are seeing here. Once it ripped, the rice stalk are laid out to the sun to dry. This stage usually lasts on a day, which help to reduce the moisture in the panicle, making them easy to thresh or to beat. Proper drying is very, very important. Too much moisture can damage the grain during the threshing, while over drying also can lead to the breakage. Here, what I can say is that balance must be there. So this is threshing or threshing by beating technique. Threshing by beating technique is labor intensive stage. It requires farmer to hire around from 6 laborers, enough to form a team that can process the harvest quickly. The traditional method involves beating the rice bundles on the ready mat. It can be mat or any sheet down, where you can see this labor, they knock off the grain. This work is very intensive, so it must be accompanied by lauters, song, even a teamwork. It is very rough, dust, but still incredible and satisfying. So as you can see, there is other team just beating on the ground, so they reduce the grain and then pass over to other team where they are beating and knocking to the ground. Then this is like, or we can say, this is the beating technique. So once the threshing is complete, the pruning is the next step. So how farmer how this rubber they remove like this big straw stalk or unripe grain. So they are using a traditional method like using sticks or even their bare hand, just taking and removing. So this step is key to prepare the grain for storage and the future milling. As you can see, after the screening, the rice goes to final cleaning, where often can be done by winnowing or tossing the grain into the air so that to let the wind to carry away the lighter debris. After being beaten, can be packed into the sack, but not to sell direct. So one crucial step still remains, and this is where now I'm going to tell you there is a very, very big secret. And now I'm going to offer you this important step. It is, we call it, farmers they call it maturation, which means letting the rice get rest. Imagine, guy, you already harvesting a bit like this, and then after you pack to the sack, you wait, you let the rice rest. So this is the language that farmers they are using, but the logic behind is that once they are packed it in the bag, it must be stored at least for 2 to 3 days in a cool place. This stage it is called rice maturation or rice resting. Why? Wait. Okay. It is because not all grain dry at the same rate. So letting them rest or sit together in the sack allow the moisture to redistribute evenly. So once it is distributed evenly, this results in the uniform grain color and texture, which reduce chances of the grain breaking during the milling or processing. So you can see how they are cleaning with their hand, others they are using the stick. So this is one of the important stage that I learned from the farmers, because I just wondered why most of farmers, once they already harvested and packed to the bag, why they are not going direct to dry their rice. So this is what I learned from the farmers, and also I decided to share with you. So guys, this tradition method may be very slow, but it is rooted in care, patience, and a deep understanding of rice. Every grain tells a story of labor, tradition, and the resilience. So guys, where every step matters, every hand count, guys. So this is how farmers they are harvesting. Not most of smallholder farm they are not using the machine. So guys, let's go to this technology I was telling you about it, smart solution. There is this technology we call it rice ratooning. As I mentioned earlier, that did you know that you can harvest rice more than once from the same plant or the same field? This technology we call it ratooning. It is a smart and a sustainable way to boost the production. In a few minutes, we are going to see this rice Ratooning. So after the main harvest, the lower part of the rice plant is left to grow again with the proper water, nutrient and the care. The sprout, it is sprout a new tillers, ready to another harvest. So why is this ratooning? Ratooning saves time, labor, reduce input cost. For example, you are not going to start nursery, replant again. No, just after harvesting, new one sprout, like you are seeing new tiller, it's already sprout and you are ready for another harvest for the 2 months to come. This is ratooning rice. So you can see the difference. The more yield with less effort. Rice ratooning is a very simple way to double your harvest and improve the food security. Many farmers, they are adopting this technology. So guys, try ratooning and reap the benefit of smart farming. Doing so that you can have the quick harvest. Having said so, thank you guys for your time. See you in an upcoming episode.